once you're past 27, 28, 29, 30, it's a whole lot of pressure that everybody will be putting on you to get married. Sometimes I'll be thinking about it. I'm like, damn, if I really want to become a doctor, I'm going to have a big problem. Because it's going to be a lot of people, you know, side-eyeing you, just casting lots of negative comments about you not getting married if I choose to put my career before marriage. Back home it's seen as a sign of, it's almost like the essence of womanhood, you know, to get married and have children. They see this as very paramount to our culture back home, very important.
I think that by age 22, people are already putting pressure on you because they want to see you have kids by 26, and it's really annoying because for someone like me, if I want to go to medical school, it's a problem because they're like, what time will you get married? What time will you have kids? And that's they want you to do all that before you're let's say 27, because after that age you're really old.
So nowadays it's not really about the marriage anymore, or the sanctity of the union or whatever it's called. It's more about the marriage ceremony, the wedding. How they could be flashy, what car they show up in, what they wear, what their bridegrooms and everybody wears to the wedding, how their people are matching, and how they get to dance in front of everybody. That's what's more important now. But I think that generally women are pressured to get married because after a certain age you just get a lot of pressure. I mean, I feel like that pressure is justified because I'm a guy.
Marriage in Ghana is still a very big thing in families, especially for women. You know, by the age of 22 going, a woman in Ghana is supposed to be, you know, in a relationship with someone about to get married. There's all this pressure about getting married. Aside culture, aside religion, it's also the effect of the media, and social media has an effect on people getting married with, like George said, flashy weddings and everything. But there's a lot of contributing factors, and marriage is important for an African woman to have a family, grow a family. If you don't get married by a certain age, you are seen as someone with some kind of bad negativity around you.
I guess parents are always looking forward to that part of their child's life, and there are different factors involved. One factor is the tribe or ethnicity that you're marrying into, which is a huge deal for some parents. One time, my mom sat me down one weird morning, just all me and my siblings, to warn us not to marry into a particular tribe. It was that deep for her, even though she's changed her perspective from my uncle married a north now, so she doesn't mind anymore. But I definitely know that for other families it's a huge issue where you can't marry into certain ethnicities. So there's that part of marriage. There's also the part of marriage where a woman is required to have a career and also be this loving, caring mother.
Ashanti, so royalty is definitely a really big thing in our culture. I have heard of queen mothers. I don't know of any specific queen mothers really, but really important role in the community, such as addressing teenage pregnancy and decency of females. I think their role, from what I can remember, really is reinforcing that stereotypical idea of decency and modesty in the younger women, and also being, in addition to that, also being a good support for the king or the prince that's reigning at the time.
I have heard of queen mothers. My family is really into tribes and stuff like that. I'm Ashanti, just like Stephanie, and we take those things very seriously. So we have a queen mother, but I don't really hear much from her. I do hear a lot about the king, but not the queen mother.
So I think that queen mothers don't do much, or they don't have huge responsibilities in society. They have they play advisory roles, because they're usually the mother of the king. But then the thing is, back in the day, from what I know from what I've studied and what I've seen, they like get like women in society together, children, and like take them through like their rights, like their age rights and stuff. But then now, and they advise a lot of young people coming up. But now, because of technology and stuff, people prefer to read stuff off the internet than like go to the feet of the Queen Mother and caress her feet and like clean her feet and stuff. And do stuff for her so she like lays on some wisdom. So yeah, I mean, they don't have huge roles in society anymore. Maybe back in the day, but now, no.
Yeah, I have heard of Queen Mothers. Like Stephanie, on Ashanti is a big thing. What I'll say about Queen Mothers is, culture is still a big part of my country, or my tribe anyway. And we are taught to respect authoritative figures, or figures that supposed to have important roles in society. And Queen Mothers happen to be one of them. Even though now, I will agree they don't have as much of an influence on society, but we still respect them for who they are, for who they symbolize. I guess the Queen Mother symbolizes like the mother of all, and helping hand and all of that. So we respect what they symbolize as a role, but to be honest about their influence in society, I'm not sure. Like I said, we just respect who they symbolize.
I think, especially amongst the politicians themselves back home, the younger generation, they're definitely encouraged to join. But I think that usually that has a motive of corruption behind it sometimes, because unfortunately there's a good deal of leaders that are politicians but have I guess selfish motives sometimes, and for financial or material resources and gains. So they tend to encourage the younger ones to join in, but then there's also those that don't have any ties to politics at all.
More politics than civil rights, because like in Ghana, for children and women, and that ministry like empowers women, does stuff for women. Like I remember when I was in high school and stuff, you needed to like get 5 points more than a girl to be able to get an award that you both of you like deserved. You need to get 5 more points because their ministry supports stuff like that, just to get more girls to come to school and get more girls active and involved and stuff.
Everything is religious. So when it gets to like political positions, like being in parliament or being a minister or something like that, as a woman, you're definitely going to face some backlash for the mere fact that you're a woman. I mean, that even happened in America. Hillary Clinton wasn't voted for because she was a woman. But yeah, so back home, the thing is, because the Bible was set in times where like it was kind of oppressive to women, but people don't like take what the Bible is saying regardless of that oppressiveness and just take absolutely everything. So as a woman, sometimes you're told to be in your place, and people don't necessarily think that you should have that level of influence because you're a woman. But I also feel like these days there's been like much more growing support towards women who happen to find themselves in such positions. So, yeah.
I would say over the years, the number of women in politics in Ghana has increased significantly. And their voice are heard much more these days because, for me, I have an auntie who's actually a minister and plays a major role in decision making, and she goes on air. They invite her a lot to speak about a lot of things that affects the country as a whole. So generally, I would say, women in politics have a fair ground. Obviously, it's not going to be compared to men because there's still this, stigmatization about women and how men are supposed to, all of that. But it's getting better. Women are being heard more, and women are being voted in more, and hopefully we'll get somewhere that's an equal ground. But yeah, it's not as bad as it was before, like about 10 years ago. It's better now, and people do perceive women in politics in a positive way. People do listen to what they have to say and their opinions. Always gonna be my mom. She's been through a lot, one, and in terms of work or her field, she's risen up the ranks solely by herself, taught herself everything that has to do with her work, and she's at a place where she's respected both by women, by men, and by me, myself, and my family. Coming from somewhere or a point in time in her life where it was impossible to reach where she has, and she did it solely by herself, so it's something I respect.
So right now it's probably like my mom, because my mom has been able to overcome a lot of adversities as a child. My mom really suffered as a child as compared to my father. I had to go through a lot of like backstabbing in her family and stuff like that. So to be able to come from all of that and be able to attain like the level where she's reached right now, where she's a very influential person at the Bank of Ghana, like it's been a proud moment for like all of us, especially my dad. She sees herself as like having been pulled from nothing, and through education and like perseverance and like her confidence, she's managed to always overcome anything.
My teacher at the time, when I was at elementary school, she was really strict. She was very strict, and she definitely did pump my head with a lot of misogynistic and women should do this and women should know how to do that, and you should look like this kind of ideas in my mind when I was younger. And everything that I did, really, even after she left the school, subconsciously was in her honor, because she was that very influential on my life.
My role model has always been my mom, because I have seen how like we have grown with her, and like just basically she telling me all about like her life experiences and like how she struggled a lot and how it has shaped me into like a better person, just like by knowing all like what she has gone through. And I think she's the only role model